Hello everyone and welcome to the campus of West Texas A&M University. The First United Bank Center is the destination. 2017-2018 Lone Star Conference Online Media Day going up right here with head coach Tom Brown and senior Jordan Evans. And so the first question I'm going to ask is, how's everybody feeling?
Everybody's well. Everybody's well. What do you think, Coach?
You're not cleared yet, so we're not well. Jordan's still
2 more days
nursing an ankle, and so we're a little bit banged up. We've got a couple players out, but we'll get there. You know, time will heal everything, and we're down a couple players right now, but we'll get back there.
And so now, kind of seeing with that being how you kind of started things off, what is the vibe early in the season? I know you're getting back into practices, getting back in the swing of things, so what's the vibe around all the players, especially coming off such a good season?
Well, we're 5 practices in, so 5 practices, you know, some coaches might not even have a basketball out when you have 5 practices in. We've used a basketball, don't get me wrong, but it is so early, and we've got some new faces that we're trying to get into the flow, and so we've got to we try to build it up, and we're not going to go too fast, and so it's going to take a while, but it is so early in the season that you know, we've got a long ways to go.
And so before we get into more about this season, I want to do a little bit of a post from last season, one of the best seasons in school history, most wins in almost 20 years, longest run. And so Jordan, first, what's your best memory from last year?
Just being around with my teammates, we had a good time on that run, and hopefully this year we can get back to doing those things that we did last year and go further this year. Yeah,
anything kind of that you guys did last year that you kind of want to bring to this year?
Just the camaraderie. You know, we played together as a team so well, and we gelled on and off the court, so I hope this team can do the exact same thing.
So getting kind of into this season and what you bring to this season, 4 seniors, 3 of your top 4 scorers, 1 sitting right here. So kind of what is so important about those seniors, that experience coming to this season?
Well, I think, you know, leadership and guidance. And, you know, leadership is not a sometimes thing. It's got to happen all the time. And we'll have a little ups and downs there as well. But those guys have been in the program. They know what to expect from us as a coaching staff, how hard they're going to have to work. They'll understand our defense and offense a little bit better than the incoming guys. But even those 4 returning guys, they all have to work at it. If you ever think that you can just step out on the court and it's going to come to you, that's not going to happen. There's so many good teams in this league and in this region that you've got to be ready every given night. And having 4 seniors really gives you a confidence as a coaching staff to be able to, you know, you have that leadership and that calming effect on the court.
And then for Jordan, senior year, final ride.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one. But I think with the team that we have this year, we're going to make a deep run like we did last year and go further. You know, I really like our chances that I have with this team.
But you also have some players that are coming in, new additions, Coach, like Gotch and Victor Lewis, as well as a couple freshmen coming in. So what can we expect from the incoming class, both of transfers and freshmen?
Well, that's a great question. I wish I knew. You know, sometimes you just never know. And we've watched our recruits over the last couple years, some of them a little bit more than others, but we have high expectations for all of our incoming guys. It's a process, and it's who can get to classes, who can do all the little things off the court, who can really excel in the weight room, who's going to put a little extra effort in, who can perform in games. You know, there's so many factors that go into what it takes to be a really good college basketball player. And, you know, there's players on our team right now that have a chance to be very, very good. Will they get there? I hope so. And we're going to put them in every possible situation to become great players, but ultimately it comes down to those players.
Exactly, enjoying these new players that are coming in. How are you guys meshing? I know you've been here since the summer. You've been getting right. You guys got a chance to go to the Harlem Globetrotters as well. So how does that team camaraderie, something you talked about was really good last season, how's that coming along early in this season?
Well, you know, it starts with off the court. It starts how we mesh with each other, how we communicate with one another, so when we get on the court, it's a whole lot easier. And we know, you know, how each other, you know, reacts and not reacts to things. So, you know, during the summer, it was a good thing for us to get together like that, and we played pickup and stuff like that. So, you know, it was fun. It was fun.
Playing pickup, and you were injured. Did anybody get dunked on during the preseason? Anybody? I saw earlier in practice, Chalovich threw the lob to Drew. Yeah. And so we're going to see some Showtime like that this season as well?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, we have those type of guys on our team, so you'll see that.
And Coach, you ready for any type of Showtime this season?
That's not his
Showtime? What's Showtime? I don't even, what does that mean? Like the Lakers against Celtics back in the 80s? Are we talking Showtime? James, do you even know what that is?
Oh, I watched the ESPN Classic. I saw it. I know a little bit about it a little bit. But getting back to this season and what you guys, the goals. You kind of talked about it earlier. Last season's last season was one of the best seasons in school history, but last season was last season. And so goals for this season for you personally, Coach?
Well, you know, the number one goal for me is just to get better as the season goes along. And if we can do that, I think we've got a very good team. If we can get better, then we're going to have an outstanding team. If we just, you know, if we're level or if we take a step backwards, we're still going to be solid and we'll still have a nice squad. But those teams that get better as the season goes along have a chance to be special. And this team has a chance to be special. We got to stay away from injuries, obviously, and some other things like that. But it's how you improve during the season.
All right, and then Jordan, real quick, getting your kind of goals for yourself personally and then also for the team.
To win a national championship. But, you know, it takes a lot to get to that point, and we have the team to do it, but we have to take it day by day as well as game by game, and we will get it done.
And then as you say day by day, I like to ask that question. What is one thing you could do day by day to make sure you're kind of going towards that goal?
Keep your body right, keep your mind right, come to practice with an open mind, and don't take criticism, you know, so hard, because the only thing that this guy's trying to do is help us get better as an individual and as a player.
All right, so this guy's Coach Tom Brown, this guy's Jordan Evans, and I'm James Hadnot. Thank you for tuning in to the Online Media Day and the Lone Star Conference, and coach and player, have a great season.
James, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.